welcome to the channel, my dudes. If you just clicked on this video, chances are that you either have a crf110F or you're potentially looking at getting one. So I figured, well, why don't we talk about the brand new 2022 version and practice some wheelies. So I love my wheelies. I'm not very good at it, but it's all about that practice. Oh yes. Alrighty, let's practice some first gear wheelies while we chat a little bit about this new model. So first things first. Whoa. The first gear wheelies get a little sketchy sometimes, but first things first, between the 2019 model all the way through to the 2022 model, they are actually fundamentally the same machine. Just in 2022 they brought out a red number board in the front as well as the 2 in the back. So 3 new color, or rather 1 new color but 3 different fairings that have changed. Barring that, the bike still is a fuel injected 110cc. Oh yes, oh yes. Woo! I almost missed the jump there. So it is still a fuel injected 110cc. It's quite known for its bottom end torque, and I think that's what divides this from a lot of the other pit bikes out there. So it is very torquey. I mean, I'm in second right now, but to click it into third, we could just sort of pug around, no problem, especially if someone's learning how to ride. There's no clutch to worry about, which is quite nice. You just leave it in second for them and they ride it like a scooter. So that's really cool, especially for the learner riders. If you're a little bit more experienced and you do like having a clutch, unfortunately, I think there is a kit for it, but unfortunately they don't just come out with a clutch. I almost cased it, boys, almost cased it, which is a little unfortunate, but I specifically wanted to not have a clutch. It's just one less lever to worry about when you fall. Obviously these Japanese levers do last longer than the Chinese stuff, but still, you want something that lasts, so it's quite nice. Woo! Not having that lever on. And then yeah, just the overall cockpit of these 110s nowadays is pretty damn big. Granted, stock you're gonna have the shorter bars and the more narrow bars. Same thing with the throttle over here. Let's try pull a first gear right onto this little jump here. Whoa. Yeah, them first gear ones are a little sketch, boys. Okay, let's try second gear down here. Oh man, I just didn't pull it up enough. So for me, this bike has been a really nice bike to learn on. Obviously, the smaller the diameter of the smaller diameter of the rear tire makes it a little bit harder to wheelie. With that said though, I feel like these are sort of the wheeling machines of YouTube at the moment. So if you can nail it on this, chances are you can go to a bigger bike and have no sort of problems. Woo! So what I quite like about the stock exhaust is that it's pretty damn silent. So I mean, I'm jamming here at work today and pretty much disturbing nobody, which is pretty damn awesome. Alright, let's see if I can get a first gear wheelie all the way to the jump. That's going to be a hard one. I got it! I got it! Okay, second here, please. I'm not pulling up enough. And then you just can't throttle your way out of this. This you need to get yourself pretty decently high so that it's nice and easy to hold. Yeah, that's pretty damn cool. That's pretty damn cool. So let's put a little bit of a wheelie into the sun here. Alrighty. Woo! loads of first gear again. So what's quite nice, obviously the fuel injection just makes it quite snappy, you know. That's really cool. Slap it into, let's do a little second gear wheelie here, hold up. So it's pretty cool being able to just sort of be on the power at any point. You don't have to stress that you're going to bog down. Oh man, I didn't carry on with it. I throttled down when I got up to the balance point. What a disappointment. Guys, I can't tell you how nice it is. You hit like a little bit of a mound and you just pull the front tire up, no matter what speed you're doing. Like yeah, we're in first. You just gotta lean it back a little and you're good. So I thought I'd quickly show you. Yes! I thought I'd quickly show you the setup that I'm running. So I'm not running this bike completely stock. Alrighty, so I'm not running this bike completely stock. It does have suspension upgrades, engine is completely stock, and it's running a 13-tooth front sprocket, so it just makes it a little bit easier to pull the bike up. Just something that is worth noting, that if you're racing, if you've got it in gear, it won't just electric start, because it's obviously a safety issue. But if you want to get moving real fast, just to show you guys that the Kickstarter actually works, there she goes. So she'll start up really easily, even without a battery. I know it is fuel injected and a lot of people are concerned about that, but that's not a stress at all. So she will start like that with no problem. Alrighty, let's carry on having a bit of a jolly here. Alright. It's just that low throttle stuff that's just so fun. Just remember, if you want to turn around real quick, get on the back of the seat, one leg down, that leg's going to pull the bike that way. There it is, almost full, but I'm alright. Okay. Woo! Nothing like hitting a little pity sesh in the morning. Yeah. That's just the business, boys. That's just the business. Oh yes. Woo, woo. That's just feeling too good. Too good. So with the bigger cockpit, I'm going to show you guys now what I'm talking about. But when you're cornering on a bike like this, you're going to want to be up on the tank, your left leg, well this right corner for example, your left leg leaning on the bike itself, your left foot is on the foot peg putting weight down, and this whole environment is a pretty decent size for a full-grown adult. So yes, they are built for kids, but compared to a Chinese bike, the space here is unbelievable. Woo! Now, I've still obviously got to practice quite a bit to get my wheelies really down. The bike itself is only on 36.7 hours, and I have owned it since new, so it is something that I have been practicing. I have been riding other bikes for a little bit longer, and to be honest, the wheelies on this have been really cool, and I've been able to take this technique to my bigger bikes, which is quite nice. So I'm sure you guys are all wondering, should you buy one of these crf110s, especially if you're a bit of a bigger guy? And I'd absolutely just have to say yes. They are super torquey. I know the Chinese stuff comes out in, you know, 125s, 160s, bigger power, but there's just something about this geometry that just feels so good. Yeah, oh almost bailed. Sorry, boys. Okay, this is something I haven't done in a little while. Little feet down wheelie, nice and slow at the balance point. Oh man, see, I lost that balance point there. There we go. Now we feet down, cruising. Can practically go anywhere at that pace. As long as you're semi-willing to fall off the bike. Oh man, I wanted to flick my feet out and then I went sided. There it is. With that said, you probably do want your back foot on the back brake. But if you're not fully on the balance point, then it doesn't really matter. So yeah, if you're looking to ride one of these in like oh man, I've had my strap undone the whole time. If you're looking to ride one of these in a more of a built-up residential area, I definitely say keep that stock pipe on, because I think it says on the silencer, but they're rated for like 78 dB or something, which really isn't loud. Even if you're really making the bike scream, it doesn't sound like it's screaming. Oh, standing wheelie! Yo, I'm gonna try another one of these. Gotta try another one of these. Yeah, that's a bit of a different vibe on a pit bike. Alrighty. Guys, I hope you had a sick time in this video. If you got any questions, leave them below. I'll be happy to answer them. But yeah, essentially a 2022 Honda CRF 110F is the same as its brothers from 2019 forward. The only difference is that the fairings change color, but excluding that, the bike's identical, which in true Honda fashion just makes parts easier to access because there's not a different rendition every year. So I hope this video helped. Oh, almost came past there. If it did, drop a like. A comment would go a long way, and I'll have to catch you in the next one, boys. Do a little bit of a ride out here. Yeah.